Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Tuesday, May 10, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Toronto Maple Leafs vs Tampa Bay Lightning. Our team pick is Toronto Maple Leafs. In Game 4, Tampa Bay jumped out early to feed the crowd, and that helped them even the series with a convincing victory. The Lightning saw the shots even at 10 in the opening period, but they took a 3-0 lead to the dressing room after 20 minutes of play. Steven Stamkos opened the scoring with his first of the playoffs 1 o'clock into the game, with assists going to Nikita Kucherov and Victor Hedman. Pierre-Edouard Bellemare made it a 2-0 game with his first of the playoffs, unassisted, at 5:20 of the frame. Pat Maroon extended to a 3-0 margin with his first of the postseason at 7:58 off assists from Mikhail Sergachev and Hedman. In the second period, Tampa Bay held a 9-4 shot advantage with the Lightning owning a 2-0 edge on the scoreboard to lead 5-0 after 40 minutes. Ross Colton made it a 4-0 game with his second of the postseason at 3:17 off assists from Cal Foote and Brandon Hagel. Corey Perry boosted to a 5-0 lead with his second of the playoffs, on the power play, at 5:25, with assists going to Braden Point and Kucherov. In the third period, Tampa Bay was outshot 11-9 and outscored 3-2, but they had the game well in hand en route to the win. After giving up a pair of goals to narrow the margin to 5-2, Ondrej Palat scored his second of the playoffs, unassisted, into an empty net at 14:40, to make it 6-2. After Toronto scored again to make it a 3-goal game, Colton's second of the game and third of the playoffs, into an empty net at 17:44 closed the scoring. Hagel and Ryan McDonagh drew assists on the marker. Andrei Vasilevsky made 22 saves for the Lightning, who held a 28-25 edge in shots, in the win. He's expected to be in goal again for this contest. In Game 4, Toronto started flat, and that set the tone for a one-sided beatdown on the road. The Maple Leafs were even in shots in the opening period, but trailed 3-0 on the scoreboard after 20 minutes. They never recovered after giving up the opening goal just 1 minute into the game. In the second period, Toronto was outshot 9-4 and outscored 2-0 to trail 5-0 after 40 minutes of action. The third period saw the Maple Leafs with an 11-9 shot edge and a 3-2 advantage on the scoreboard, though it was far too little, too late. William Nylander got Toronto on the board with his first of the playoffs, on the power play, at 2:27 off assists from Austin Matthews and Morgan Rielly. Nylander tallied again for his second of the night and the playoffs at 12:01 off an assist from John Tavares to make it 5-2. After giving up an empty net goal, Jake Muzzin tallied his second of the playoffs at 15:41 off assists from Colin Blackwell and TJ Brodie to narrow the margin to 3 again. They gave up a second empty net goal down the stretch to close the scoring. Jack Campbell stopped 11 of 16 shots before getting pulled early in the second period. Eric Kallgren stopped all 10 shots he faced in relief for the Maple Leafs, who were outshot 28-25 in the loss. Campbell is expected to get the call between the pipes again here. We've seen both teams play Jekyll and Hyde hockey, which is why this series is even at 2 games apiece. 3 of the 4 games have been decided by multiple goals, and things are tough to gauge. Both teams have won at home and on the road in the series, so it's looking more and more like we're heading to 7 games here. Toronto fed off the crowd in Game 1, much like Tampa Bay did in Game 4 Sunday night. One has to think that Toronto won't be as flat as they were to start Game 4, especially with getting the last change on home ice. Expect Matthews and Marner to do enough to put this one in the win column, giving them 2 chances to earn that elusive 4th win. Our total pick is over 6.5 runs. The Tampa Bay Lightning will look to build on their 7-3 win over the Leafs in Game 4 to even the series up at 2-2. Victor Hedman leads the Bolts in playoff scoring so far with 6 points, including a team-high 5 assists as well as a goal, while Nikita Kucherov has 5 points with 4 assists. Ross Colton has 3 points with 3 goals, while Ondrej Palat and Brandon Hagel each have 3 points, with Palat logging a pair of goals, while Hagel has a pair of assists. In 5-on-5 situations, the Tampa Bay Lightning have a shooting percentage of 8.9%, placing them above the league average. Their shooting efficiency is a key reason for their offensive success, as they are also generating 5-on-5 scoring chances at an above-average rate. According to advanced metrics that track the quality of a team's shots, the Lightning have 2.5 fewer goals than expected. For the year, the team is averaging 6.71 high-danger scoring chances per game. During the season, the Lightning had a strong goalie group, ranking 11th in save percentage. However, when faced with high-danger scoring opportunities, they only saved goals at a rate of 81%, the 24th in the NHL. The Toronto Maple Leafs will look to try to restore their series lead after their humiliating defeat at the hands of the Bolts last time out. Mitch Marner and Austin Matthews each have 2 goals and 4 assists for a team-high 6 points. Morgan Reilly has 4 points with a goal and 3 assists, while Jake Muzzin, Ilya Mikheyev and Pierre Engvall each have 3 points, with Muzzin and Mikheyev each logging a pair of goals, while Engvall has 3 assists. William Nylander and David Kampf each have a pair of goals as well. In 5-on-5 situations, the Toronto Maple Leafs have a shooting percentage of 8.6%, placing them above the league average. Their shooting efficiency is a key reason for their offensive success, as they are also generating 5-on-5 scoring chances at an above-average rate. Based on the quality of their shot attempts, advanced metrics show the Maple Leafs should have at least 0.8 more goals on their total. On the season, their high-danger scoring chance figure of 7.57 per game compares favorably to other NHL teams. Throughout the season, Toronto struggled with their goalie play, as they are the 29th rated team in save percentage. In high-danger situations, things weren't any better, as they ranked 30th. Minnesota Wild vs St. Louis Blues. Our team pick is Wild for the win, and here is why. The Blues have played great in the first round, with their offense stepping up and scoring 12 goals this series, including 5 goals in Game 4. David Perron, Brayden Schenn, and Ryan O'Reilly have scored 8 goals and 6 assists to lead the top line, but the entire offense has stepped up. Jordan Kyrou and Vladimir Tarasenko have combined for 4 goals and an assist, while Pavel Buchnevich, Robert Thomas, and Brandon Saad have added 5 assists to the later forward lines to help open up the ice in the offensive zone for the Blues. The Wild were shut out in Game 1, but following the upset loss, have controlled this series with an offense that has scored 13 goals. Kirill Kaprizov and Joel Eriksson Ek have scored 8 goals and 3 assists combined to lead the top 2 lines, but the rest of the offense has also been great. Ryan Hartman and Matt Zuccarello have scored a goal and 7 assists on the top line, while Jordan Greenway, Matt Boldy, and Frederick Gaudreau have added 3 goals and an assist to the back end of the forward unit. Moreover, defensemen Jonas Brodin and Jared Spurgeon have contributed a goal and 4 assists from the point to put the Wild offense over the top. The Blues are looking to take over the series after a Game 4 win and can easily pull off the upset and provide great odds in the process as road underdogs. The problem is that the Wild are looking to bounce back on their home ice and exploit mismatches throughout the game. The Wild should pile on the goals with Kirill Kaprizov, Joel Eriksson Ek, and the rest of the forward unit, overwhelming the Blues' injury-plagued defense with speed in all 3 zones and creating open shots with great puck movement in the offensive zone. The Wild should also limit the Blues' offense with Matthew Dumba, Jonas Brodin, and the rest of the defensive unit stepping up at the blue line and cutting off angles to the net on the rush, while limiting shooting lanes, allowing goaltender Marc-Andre Fleury to make plenty of big saves in the net. The Wild should win Game 5 to take a 3-2 series lead. Our total pick is over 6. The St. Louis Blues are averaging 3 goals per game and are scoring on 27.9% of their power play opportunities. David Perron leads St. Louis with 5 goals, Ryan O'Reilly has 3 assists, and Jordan Kyrou has 12 shots on goal. Defensively, the St. Louis Blues are allowing 3.25 goals per game and are killing 88.2% of their opponents' power plays. Ville Husso has given up 9 goals on 96 shots faced, and Jordan Binnington has allowed 2 goals on 30 shots. The Blues were very good on offense this season. They ended the season scoring 4 goals or more in 7 of their last 10 games and continue to click by scoring 4 goals in Game 1 of their playoff series. However, Games 2 and 3 of the series went differently, and they only managed to score 2 goals in Game 2 and 1 goal in Game 3. St. Louis's offense bounced back, scoring 5 goals in Game 4. They rank 3rd in goals per game and 18th in shots per game this year. Vladimir Tarasenko led the team with 82 points on the season. Robert Thomas had 77 points. 8 players had over 50 points on the season for the Blues. It was a very balanced effort on offense for the Blues. The Minnesota Wild are averaging 3.25 goals per game and are scoring on 11.8% of their power play opportunities. Kirill Kaprizov leads Minnesota with 5 goals, Ryan Hartman has 5 assists, and Joel Eriksson Ek has 14 shots on goal. Defensively, the Minnesota Wild are allowing 3 goals per game and are killing 72.2% of their opponents' power plays. Marc-Andre Fleury has given up 11 goals on 128 shots faced. The Wild were excellent on offense this season. Minnesota scored 3 goals or more in 9 out of the last 10 games. They ranked 5th in goals per game and 11th in shots per game. Kirill Kaprizov led the team with 108 points, and he was top 5 in points in the league. He had 2 points or more in 5 out of his last 6 games to end the season. Kevin Fiala had 85 points, and Matt Zuccarello had 79 points. The talented Wild offense was blanked in the first game of the playoffs, but stormed back in games 2 and 3, scoring 6 goals in game 2 and 5 goals in game 3. Minnesota scored 2 goals in game 4. Edmonton Oilers vs Los Angeles Kings. Our team pick is Edmonton Oilers at -1.5 runs. And here is why. After being held to 2 total goals in the previous 2 contests, the Los Angeles offense came alive. Trevor Moore and Carl Grundstrom each scored their second goal of the playoff series. Moore has been on fire through the first 4 games, posting 5 points after recording 48 points through 81 games during the regular season. The Kings were a team that struggled to score goals during the regular season, 20th overall at 2.85 goals per game, and the power play was abysmal at 16.1%, 27th overall. The struggles of the power play have continued in the playoffs, as they are at just 6.7% efficiency. The penalty-killing units did hold the Edmonton power play from scoring a goal for the first time in a game in the series. Despite being shut out, the Oilers still have the 3rd best goals per game average in the postseason at 4.25. The power play went 0-3 in Game 4 after they had gone 4-12 through the first 3 contests of the series. They are still at 35.7% efficiency, 2nd best among playoff contenders. Evander Kane is having a dominating series, scoring 5 goals and adding an assist. Connor McDavid also has 6 points. 5 players on this team have at least 4 points. Edmonton was handled on Sunday. No denying that at all. However, this is a team that has handled their business at home this season, especially of late where they closed out the regular season going 6-0-1 in their last 7 home contests. Do not let the loss against Los Angeles in Game 1 at home give you cause for concern. That was more of an aberration. Surprisingly, that was only the 3rd shutout of the season for Quick and his first since December 9. He was performing very well entering the postseason, but was hammered in games 2 and 3. Look at the last contest as more of a blip as Edmonton gets back in the win column. Our total pick is under 6.5 goals. The Los Angeles Kings are averaging 2.5 goals per game and are scoring on 6.7% of their power play opportunities. Philip Denault leads Los Angeles with 2 goals, Trevor Moore has 3 assists and Adrian Kemp has 18 shots on goal. Defensively, the Los Angeles Kings are allowing 4.25 goals per game and are killing 64.3% of their opponents' power plays. Jonathan Quick has given up 13 goals on 123 shots faced, and Cal Peterson has given up 4 goals on 20 shots. Grundstrom also had an assist in Game 4 and he had not scored a point in the series and even missed Game 3 with a minor injury. Moore, who also had an assist in the last game, had 17 goals on the season and he has scored 2 goals in this series. On the season, LA was 23-11-7 on the road and they beat the Oilers in Edmonton in the opening of this playoff series. The Edmonton Oilers are averaging 4.25 goals per game and are scoring on 35.7% of their power play opportunities. Evander Kane leads Edmonton with 5 goals, Connor McDavid has 5 assists and Zach Hyman has 13 shots on goal. Defensively, the Edmonton Oilers are allowing 2.5 goals per game and are killing 93.3% of their opponents' power plays. Mike Smith has allowed 9 goals on 156 shots faced. Leon Draisaitl had the 2nd most goals in the league this season and he scored 1 goal in each of the first 3 games before failing to do so in the last one. Connor McDavid led the NHL in points and he had 2 assists in 2 straight games before the last one. In the regular season, Edmonton was 28-12-1 at home. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.